Hi, family. Thank you once again for joining Empowerment Network. And this is Konfor for those who are new here. This evening, I'm joined by two powerful men, and they are here to do the thing that we like most. Guess who's joining Q&A for the first time? Jeffrey Morlock. Thank you, Jeffrey, for joining us again. Hi, Andy, Mr. Berks. You what a happy day.
I've got to try and upstage Jeffrey today, so I've got my shirt on.
I know. So guys, let's go to business. If you have a few questions, drop them there. And if Jeffrey and Andy are happy, they may go on that, but I've got a few to hear. So yesterday, Andy, I was listening to you at the Bangladeshi conference, and this is one of the statements you made, which says, when a business wants to make money, they provide solutions. Somebody who's new to OnPassive might not know exactly what you meant by that. Andy.
Okay, so if you look at every business, the ones that are successful provide solutions to problems. Amazon provided a solution for people to be able to buy books. Plain and simple. So it was a problem, and they solved that problem, and now they deliver worldwide. And soon, no doubt, we'll be using drones to do so. But at the end of the day, what we have is a suite of digital products that provide solutions to problems. Now, there are other products that may look similar. In the marketplace, video conferencing platforms, there are several others. They pale into insignificance based upon what we have and how ours works. So, and at a far lower price point. So, these problems that are growing within businesses. Businesses might not be able to find traffic. Okay, very soon we shall have specific targeted traffic, totally different to pay-per-click or this haphazard thing that you have with pay-per-click. So we provide solutions to problems, plain and simple.
All right. So, Jeffrey, would you say the same of OnPassive, that compared to others, we provide solution to problems?
Well, certainly, yeah. That's one part of something that we do, but we're a lot bigger than that. We're a lot more than that, and we do it in ways that other companies. We've literally turned the business world, especially when you're speaking about online and internet. We've turned it on its ear, on its head. We turned it upside down. As a matter of fact, I think Mr. Mufara the other week when he was on, he was talking about that upside down pyramid. I said pyramid. Oh no! But he saw the upside down pyramid where they've got OnPassive down here and then everybody else is up above and that sort of thing. And that's kind of a real good analogy of what we've done, because we're coming out of a past where the paradigm was you have a company with a few people at the top that do everything in the world to control and get money and hoard it up and make some people rich, and they work the people in the company to death, and they get very wealthy and very, live in abundance and very popular on the backs of the people in the company. And we turn that around where the wealth is going to be decentralized in a way, and it's going to be spread out through the members of OnPassive as opposed to those that are actually in the corporate. Or, as a matter of fact, I don't think that our staff, our techs, our engineers, I don't even think they can become part of OnPassive like we are, because it's simply not in the rules. If they're like, if you work for us and you're salaried, you can't be a part of this, because we don't even want the appearance of impropriety, right? Now, the second part of that, making us more than anything else, and that goes to speak to the heart that we're doing it with, because we're looking to lift humanity. And that's a big part of what we're doing. That is a root or a fiber that runs through everything we're doing. So absolutely, Andy is dead on the money. We provide solutions for whatever. If you're going online, if you're going to get on the internet, you got a reason to come to us, because everything you need is here. If you don't need it, we don't have it. The other week, somebody asked me what would be a good motto, and that would be it right there, right? If we don't have it, you don't need it for internet, for online. So yeah, we provide solutions big time, and we do it better, and we do it with heart. So yes.
Wow. Sure. Thank you, Jeffrey. I think I agree with you, and I believe Andy too would, that if you can't find it in the ecosystem, then you don't need it. I think we will agree with you on that.
But it's not just the ecosystem. Now think about the other legs that we have, right? Now we've got innovation labs, and out of those labs come technologies, future technologies and inventions, and we've got physical products. So we got products coming out that people are going to need. You know, and Mr. Mufara was pretty clear on that. He said, look, it's not just new inventions. It's not just new products. We're going to look at the world over, and we're going to find products that are abused. In other words, you've got companies that charge 15 times what they should be. We're gonna make better versions of those, and we're gonna send them out. So I mean, they're gonna take existing technologies, make it better, and then make it more affordable, as well as the new stuff we've got coming out. So
this also, I mean, Greg Lakin's made a point earlier on in the chat, and this is one thing that is close to my heart. When an inventor comes up with a new technology, a lot of the time you'll find that it's suppressed. For whatever reason, you know, we're told against national security, but at the end of the day, it means, yeah, I know. But he's quite right. In you know, back in the 90s, a guy called Stan Mayer ran a car from New York to LA on 6 gallons of water. And all of these technologies and all of these inventors can safely come to OnPassive because of our size. We now have a system with O-Bless where we can actually help these guys bring their technologies forward without the problem, without having that issue of potential suppression, because we've got this huge corporation behind us. And this, you know, like I said, ties in very nicely with what Jeffrey said about these new technologies, about this opportunity. And that goes along very well with what we're trying to do, certainly with regard to O-Bless. You know, it's not a crowdfunding system. It is a way of being able to help others. Now, they could be anything from, you know, orphanages, hospitals, churches, whatever it might be, to inventors who want to bring their new technologies forward. And I think that's very exciting.
Wow.
I agree. Not only is that exciting, but that's the way the world is going. That's the way humanity is going. I mean, if you look at what we've done and what we've accomplished in 5 years, it's phenomenal. I mean, we now have something that I mean, man, you talk about bragging rights. Mr. Mufara's got them, hands down. But if you look at the global economics of what's going on in the world, and you look at all the activity that is happening, not only in economics and geopolitical systems and in industry and communication and all that, but you look on what's going on with the human heart. If you start looking at the rise in consciousness that we have and that we're now, I mean, it will blow you away. It will blow you away because the whole world is moving in this direction, and OnPassive is actually, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, the biggest mover, motivator, shaker toward this entire uplifting consciousness and humanity drive. And O-Bless is going to be huge for that. But it's not just O-Bless. With O-Bless, as Andy said, I think, Andy, you said last week or the other, I can't remember when you and I were on, but I think you had indicated there were like 5,000 patents
5,300.
Yeah. I mean, they're withheld. I mean, you know, there's so
since
much
2010.
Yeah. Oh, there's tons, and all of that's going to be coming out. But you're right. For those that have new ideas, those have new projects and products that want to come out and have no real way of funding them to get them to the public, to get them in a distribution, what's a distribution line or
bring it to market, basically. Yeah, bring it to market.
OnPassive is going to be the way to do that. And it's not just a few. It's not just us. It's the entire globe. And it's all happening simultaneously, because what you're finding is that we're being bombarded with new energy, which is coming from, well, I won't get into all that, but just understand that.
I'm with you, Jeffrey. Don't you worry.
I know.
I'm with you. Don't you worry.
Okay, well,
I know exactly what you're on about.
Well, it's coming from the center of the Milky Way, and you know what? If you do a psychic test at a specific time of a day when you are lined up with the center of the Milky Way, it's been proven you're 400 times more powerful psychically. Now, that's just one little tidbit of information to let you know that our thoughts aren't just in our head. We are connected to everything and everybody, and OnPassive understands that. I remember 3, 4, 5 years ago when we first started, and I came out with one of those videos and said, look, it's all about connectedness and it's all about mutual benefit. And it has not changed since then. And hats off to Mr. Mufar, because you know what? He's got vision, he's got blinders, and he's got motivation, he's got resources and the willpower to take this forward in the way that the globe is going. And he is a leader among leaders, to be sure. And okay, I'm done.
Absolutely agree with you.
Wow.
There's one thing that Caroline Mackey's come up with. She said one of her team was asking, how we can compare this to Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can I just say first of all that O-Connect is no comparison to the Zoom platform. First of all, with the Zoom platform, we know that once you reach 15,000 or more, you start to get drop off.
Yep.
And people get kicked out all the time. We have an unlimited system, so that's totally different. Secondly, and more importantly, ours has the technology. The AI technology will send somebody a ping, depending on where they are. So it'll work out exactly what their bandwidth is and say, hold on a second, you need a little bit extra so that you can remain on the call. We'll do that for you. There you go. So this is a totally different system. We have far more features. We're at a far lower price point. Now, just to give you an example, Zoom charges $399 a month for 1,000 attendees. Ours currently is $125 a month. That's $375 quarterly. We had 1 month free. Yeah, so it was $250, same as anybody else coming in right now. So $250 is what a new customer will pay. We had a little bit extra because we were credited in our accounts having been early birds. But that's $125 a month currently. It's going to be reviewed at the end of the 3-month period, but $125 for 10,000 people, attendees. Okay. So on top of that, we also know that there are various features coming on board that no other platform has. Okay, so we will have video backgrounds. We will have speech auto translations in real time. No other platform's got that. So, Caroline, I understand what your team member is saying, but if you relay that information to them, it becomes absolutely irrelevant. There is no comparison to what we have.
Wow.
Comfort, back to you, please.
Yes, thank you.
It's the shirt. Sorry,
oh,
it's the shirt.
Listen, you guys are quite on fire. At least I've never been this quiet before. I was just nodding because it's just kept going on and on and on and on. Thank you so much. And I think everybody is happy. And of course, let's get to the next question. It may look like a digression, but Jeffrey, I'm going to show you this is how this particular business always looks like. So the next question came from someone like other paid products are queuing up, right, in the ecosystem. What's going to happen if they are launched onto the marketplace when some of us have not yet activated our account or buying or connect?
Is that to me?
You can go for it, bro.
Okay. Yeah, we're launching them up. I mean, we're queuing them up. And I'm going to say this again. I've said it 100 times before. The OnPassive teams are launching OnPassive and the products from the digital ecosystem strategically, methodically. It's by design. There's a certain way they're going to do it. And the format or the platform is like this. They have a product. It's been beta tested within OnPassive users, not the founders more so much. That's the second step. But when we go to launch it, that's like another beta altogether where you're letting millions of people look at that, okay? So it goes out into the wild, so to speak, and then we stabilize the system in the product that it's on. And then once that's stabilized, and I say that because right now we're in a stabilization period. We're still, but we're that close, right? Mr. Mufar the other night had said, yep, we're gearing O-Desk and we're getting ready to let that go. So I'm saying this because we are this close to launching another product, which means we're this close to having the entire system stabilized. And we've seen some of the challenges. I mean, we saw the credit card processing go kind of kapooey on us and get kind of woo-woo. Same thing with some of the products in O-Connect and some of the features in O-Connect. And there was some lag time kicking in. I mean, just things that are expected. So, yes, we're just about ready to go again. Now, when we do go again, and we open another product up, if there are members that have not subscribed to O-Connect, that's fine. Okay, so you're not subscribed. You have the chance to subscribe to the next product coming out. If you don't subscribe to it, that's fine. You don't have to. But be warned, just know that subscribing to the product opens OnPassive gate to you. Remember a long time ago, what was that? It was a quote that I love where he says, basically, this is what OnPassive is. It is everything you need to run your life. And as soon as you subscribe to a product, bang, the green light goes on and you have all the resources of OnPassive now flowing to you and putting marketing and putting traffic and putting products and doing all sorts of stuff for you. And by the way, there's also an opportunity in there. If you want to generate income, you can certainly do that. But if you don't subscribe, that's like sitting at the goal line with no gas in your tank. What are you going to do? I mean, why are you here? So subscribe, because if you don't subscribe, you're not going to get new people coming in. You're not going to be able to use the products to their full, right? I mean, there's a lot of features and a ton of functionality that are coming up. Andy was talking a little bit ago. He's talking about real-time language translation, right? I mean, it goes from voice to text, and then from text to voice, and then it gets translated, and it comes back to you speaking a second language or a local language through an avatar. How crazy is that, right? Video changing, right? Not just backgrounds, but video changing. You can change the stuff in the backs of videos. And we're still talking O-Connect here. I mean, wow, there's a lot of good stuff coming out through O-Connect and through these other products that aren't going to be seen in the market, right? The AI automation, he was talking about some of that where it'll give you a ping and say, hey, wait a minute. Oh, you need a little extra bandwidth. We're going to give you some bandwidth. It's going to help you, speed up, be a little more stable on your platform. And that's what we're doing. And as we roll out, each and every one of these products that we subscribe to has the potential to become for you another income stream. Now, I don't know if you listened to Warren Buffett, but a long time ago, he said something like, if you haven't learned how to make money while you're asleep, you ain't living, brother. And OnPassive has got that in spades. So yeah, number one, yeah, we're going to be rolling out more products. Number two, if you don't subscribe to a product, you're not going to be able to use the full features of that product, if at all. Now, I don't know that there's going to be a trial period for O-Desk. So if you're not subscribed to it, you're not going to be able to use it. But bigger than that is if you are subscribed to a product, you now, and I hesitate to say own, I'll say you subscribe. You subscribe to a product. Mr. Mufara has said own. You got to own a product. And I think Andy had said the other week, he said, look, if you go to get a store, you got to put something on the shelves or you can't sell it. So you have to buy stuff before you can sell it. That's what we're doing. We're subscribing to a product. And once we do that, to get income, you can now subscribe to be a reseller, and you can resell that product. And OnPassive is going to do the marketing for you. It's all included. So why wouldn't you do this? All right, I'll stop.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Jeffrey. Andy, do you have anything at all to add to that, please?
Just a little bit, because Jeffrey's stolen my thunder again. No, I'm only joking, Jeffrey. No, I love the shop analogy, but at the end of the day, unlike a convenience store, if I owned a convenience store, I'd have to buy stock every week. We have to buy it once a month. And the thing is, once you've got enough customers coming in, and there will be, without a shadow of a doubt, they will cover the cost of that. So there's not very many companies out there, if any, that will actually allow you to be paid to use a product. That's one. Secondly, the more you put in your store, the more likely you are to have customers coming in. If you've just got O-Connect and we open O-Tracker and O-Desk, I may never use them. I'm certainly not going to find 10,000 people on a call. I don't know that many people. I know about that many. Yeah. But the thing is, it doesn't matter whether I'm going to use it or not. At the end of the day, I want to be able to put it in my stall. Peter Rogers made a very good point the other day. He owns a convenience store. He's not a smoker, but he sells cigarettes. So make sure that you're able to put absolutely every product in your store, because when OnPassive does the marketing, it's marketing for this product, that product, this product, that product, etc. And if they're just marketing for your one product, you might be waiting in the queue, and it misses you because it's talking about O-Tracker, and it misses you because you were talking about O-Desk, and then it comes around, oh, O-Connect, yeah, you've subscribed to that right now, we'll give you some traffic. So just, there are several products that I will never use. I don't run a business. I don't own a massive business. So O-Desk is probably not something I'm going to use. O-Tracker, I'm not likely to use O-Tracker until we have our own websites, and then that's a possibility. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether I do or don't. The fact is that as long as I've got it in my shop, OnPassive can sell it on my behalf.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just cool, and I just appreciate you all. I was giggling when you talked about Peter's example, because I did want to in Pidgin. I was explaining, say, listen, I'm a woman, I don't like eyelashes, but if I'm selling beauty bits and pieces, I buy eyelashes for those who need them, right? So you don't need to want to use them, but then put it there for those who want them. Simple. And like John Barilla says, I'm trying to say exactly what he says. He said, I have no questions. Why? Because I don't know everything, but I know what and where we are and where we are going. Simple. That's just it. You need to do just the basics, because the rest is not for you to understand. Do just what is expected of you, and you are in. Guys, let me use this opportunity to at least pass on a message too, especially those from home, guys. If the time is now, if we can advise you, go and borrow money, then go for it. Because Ash says, you can only win when you are inside, and being in means you have signed to become an affiliate, and you have bought the product and put on there so that they can sell it on your behalf. There are no two ways. Am I right, guys?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Hey, let me comment to John's kind of piggyback that a little bit. Somebody asked me not too long ago, said, Jeffrey, I noticed when you're on the webinars and you're on the panel there, you don't ever go up there and ask questions after. And I'm like, I don't need to know anything. I know everything I need to know right now. Exactly. I know where OnPassive is. I know what Ashmufar's heart is. I know where we're going. I know what the intent is. So I don't have to get weighed down with these little, I don't have to major on the minors, as they say, right? I don't have to know about this or know about that or know about the technology. I don't need to know any of that. I just need to have faith in where we're going and support as much as I can. And when something comes out, like Andy said, that's going in my arsenal, whether I use it or not. I love O-Tracker. I am telling you what, I love O-Tracker. Man, I am a tech head at heart, and it's got some beautiful, beautiful technology in it. You know, when you start talking about the heat maps and you start talking about geolocation and geofencing, and you talk about real-time data reports and campaign, I just, holy camole, man, I'm not
the technically minded one, so I'm looking at the money side, and all I see is Google charges $12,500 a month to use their system. Ours got more features and there's going to be a lower price. I like that bit.
It's got more features as web analytics. Ours, O-Tracker, has got more features than every other web analytic combined, not just anyone on the market, combined.
Yeah, I love that. They've taken everything from all of the others and added it all together, and then added some extras on top
and slapped some AI in there and automated it for you. Thank you. Yes, sir, Andy. You got it. And I love it. I love it. I love the technology. But it's that technology drives everything, not only the products, but the platform. I mean, it's man alive, guys. All you got to do, Michael Williams said it. Just get in, become a member, get in line, and as things come out, put it in your arsenal and create your wealth, create your abundance, so that you can find out, now I've got these tools, these resources, right? These solutions, as Andy says, we're full of solutions. Now I've got that, and now I got some money coming in because I'm also a reseller. What do I want to do? The world is my oyster, right?
Amen. Yes. All right. So this is another one from Sister Ellen Tala, who says, those who have nobody on their team to earn commissions that may help to pay for the next products, does that mean they will have to pay again out of pocket?
Can I jump in a little? Please. Right. Okay. So we already know that there are over 3 million of us. Okay, in total. And we know that the number of customers that have subscribed are a considerable percentage. Okay, so a lot of these customers, not founders, customers, have looked at this and gone, "Oh my God, this is a business opportunity."
Remember the other day, I think the number you're looking for was 40%. So the founders are 40% of the membership.
Yeah, and they still don't see it, whereas the customers seen it. They understand what's going on. So you're going to see a lot of these customers overtake the founders on income very, very quickly. But my point being that you're going to see the numbers increase dramatically, because we've been branding. All this time we've been branding until the products come out. Then we've started the marketing campaigns, and we're aiming specifically at O-Connect. Yeah. So all of a sudden we're now starting to see customers come on board. Bearing in mind, if you go to Dubai, everywhere you look, OnPassive, everywhere, you know. But this is a total and utter coup. I love it. Dubai Internet City, where you've got Amazon and Google and Microsoft and Facebook and all the big boy, Huawei and a couple of the other the IBM, big tech companies. All of the workers get off at the station called OnPassive. It's just. And believe me, there are an awful lot of these guys that have gone, why haven't our company done that? Who's this OnPassive? Let's have a look. Let's find out. Oh my God. Right. I want part of this. And a lot of these guys are coming in. So you're gonna see an explosion of customers, not only because of the marketing campaigns have really started in earnest, but also, more importantly, the customers that have come on board have gone, I see what the vision is, I see what these products are, I want part of this, I'm going to tell all my friends. So I would never worry about the number of customers that are coming back in. But if for any reason, there's another product came out and you couldn't afford it because you haven't got enough money and you didn't want to go into your pocket again, just wait until the customers have been allocated, and we start to see the second cycle where there will be, your customers are allocated, and you may well find that there's more than enough cash in there to be able to do just that. And then the next one and the next one and so on as time goes on. So don't panic. Worst case scenario, leave O-Connect in your shop. Make sure you cover that one, and I'm sure you will with the customers that come on board.
Right.
It's the next product and the next product. Now, bear in mind, I know Ash mentioned this, you're going to have various levels for O-Tracker. And enterprise level isn't going to be $12,500, but we as affiliates do not have to pay for the top level to be able to sell the top level. Okay, so you're not going to have to find 5 or 10 grand or whatever the cost is. We pay a base level, and that might be for an individual business with an individual website. It could be, less than 3 figures. I don't know, guesswork. But it's not likely to be into the 4, so don't worry about it.
Cool. So, Jeffrey, do you have anything to add to that at all?
I like the way that Andy said it. He's don't sweat the load. But if you start looking, if you haven't subscribed to anything and you start looking inside, as people get allocated or as customers are allocated to your network, you're going to start to see the funding roll into your account, and you won't be able to touch it. So you might wake up one day and see several $100s in there and go, wow, where'd that come from? Let me withdraw it. And they'll go, give you the buzzer like you until you subscribe. Now, Mr. Mufara told us about this about 4 years ago. He said, think about this. How many people in their right minds are going to go into the back office there, into the OES, see $500 in their wallet, see on the left-hand side a project that's going to cost them a couple hundred to do it, and not do it so they can get the 500. Yeah, I will spend 200 to get 500. You bet I will. So sit back, relax. It'll work. It's working now. It's working. It's working.
Exactly.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Indeed, it's all good. Last time Ash said that OnPassive is here to make things easy for people and not complicated and not difficult, and he means every word. So I think we all are just very okay. Let's just do the basics, do the needful, buy O-Connect at least. That's what I understand from all you said.
Understand too that OnPassive is so progressively minded. I mean, he's tackling all the hard issues in life. I mean, he's going to wipe out poverty. I mean, they're tackling sustainable energy, renewable energy systems and stuff like that. I would love, and I'd almost believe that he's already doing it, but I want to see him to get into harmonics. And in harmonics, man, that's where everything's going. I mean, I don't know if anybody's ever listened to some of these things that are already out in the market. I mean, just Google harmonic egg. Oh my gosh. I mean, there are so many magical things happening, and OnPassive is right there with them. And they believe in that magic, and they believe in being so progressive and going after, and nothing is too big, and we can do it all, and nothing can stop us. Be a part of this, because at an individual level, whether it's you or Andy or me or anybody, we are all unique, and we're a part of something so big. And you're a part of it, whether you get engaged or not. If you're not engaged, it just means you're making it a little harder on us so that we can go faster. When you become somebody that you get engaged and you believe and you love all the good things that are happening, and you can stop thinking about self and start thinking about other people, man, we start moving. You know what? I'm going to go back to it. Remember the other week when I said something about a net of founders, right? 1.5 million of us, or how many members? There was a study. It wasn't even a study. It was 7,200 meditators. Okay. Now, I've talked about meditators changing things in Chicago, but this was 77,000 meditators under one roof recently, within the last few years, that when they started thinking lovely thoughts and peaceful thoughts and good thoughts and lifting other thoughts, 72%, right? Violence and chaos dropped 72% globally. Globally. Now, we couldn't have done that had we not had the wherewithal to monitor and to have all this information. 72%. Can you imagine what the membership of OnPassive can do globally when we start putting our projections out there and loving life and loving other people and wanting to help them? Yeah, exponential. I am talking, man, moving at lightning speed. So get on board.
Yeah, it was. I think they did it for a weekend in Chicago, and Chicago's got the highest crime level or something, and
Yeah.
it reduced Chicago's crime level that weekend for over 72%. But yeah, you and I are on the same wavelength. I understand exactly.
But the thing in Chicago was only a few hundred people. It wasn't. This was a global study.
Okay.
This was crazy. 7,000 people. It's like what? And I said that because a lot of folks said, well, that's just one city, Okay, yeah, but no, globally, and we are global. We are global.
Yeah.
We'll never be unglobal.
Right.
Over 200.
That's powerful indeed. Thank you, guys. So there's one from Benedict Muema who says, when is this traffic going to start working? Because I have subscribed to O-Connect and I have earned nothing on my wallet. It's the same.
Okay.
It's the same Benedict who says, when are we going to get commissions to subscribe for? Oh, all right. Go ahead, Andy. With the
as I mentioned earlier, at the end of the day, we have got all of these customers that are coming on board. They haven't been allocated yet.
Mm-hmm.
What Ash is hoping to do is to see that the founders subscribe and activate their account by buying O-Connect so that these customers can be added in. But there will be a cutoff point at some point where he says, right, okay, we'll allocate to those that have subscribed. End of story. And at that point, those 1.5, 2 million odd customers are going to be connected or put into a customer base of one of all of the founders that have registered. So if you never took on or never encouraged others to join the OnPassive movement before we lost the opportunity to bring founders on, you don't have anyone in your team or group or customer base at this precise moment in time. That will change once the customers are allocated, but it won't happen until the second cycle, and that will be after this first 3-month period. So some of us managed to do it on the same day that he launched or gave us the opportunity to do so before he closed it down. Now, again, Jeffrey made a point. The glitch was actually with the merchant, not with OnPassive. And the merchant's probably gone, yeah, don't worry about it. We're going to get all of these customers coming. We can handle that. And then go, woof. All of these customers come on board to go, I can't do that. Yeah. And the problem is that if you've got one country that can't pay in, what Ash did was said, hold on a second, we're going to close it for everybody because you can't have one not being able to and everyone else. Let's sort it out, come back to it. That's exactly what they did. So, Benedict, as far as you're concerned, don't panic. We're going to have these customers allocated. It'll be at the end of the first cycle, which is this 3-month period. And during that period of time, the customers will be allocated and you will start to see commissions coming into your wallet. But if you didn't build a customer base or a group before, we launched globally, then you're just going to have to wait until those customers are allocated.
All right.
If I can, just to kind of
yes, please go on.
Maybe unpack a little bit, because the term allocation, accurate as it is, some folks may not understand that. Now, getting back to his question about commissions and revenues and all that sort of thing, we understand because Mr. Mufara told us 2 or 3 weeks ago, guys, OnPassive is not marketing and branding OnPassive. Their marketing and branding us, each and every one of us members. That's me and you and all your brothers and sisters and everybody in your network. That's who's being branded. Okay. You haven't seen it. You haven't seen the commissions. I saw the question there where he said, well, where are the commissions? What Andy is talking about is all the branding and the marketing that we have done in India and Dubai specifically. Oh, wow. I mean, that's huge because that's going global, right? People have been joining. They've been joining. So now, as Andy had rightly said before, we've got millions of people sitting in a spot somewhere that once he opens the gate on that, turns the faucet on. But again, Andy, you're spot on. He wants to give enough time because he understands, hey, you know what? $125 a month or $143. Not everybody in the world has $143 sitting in their, in their dresser drawer waiting for a subscription to be fulfilled. So he's given us time, which is another reason why he gave us that 3 months. And he's saying, look, we're giving you 90 days here. Now he may do something earlier. I don't know, but he has specifically said we got 90 days where once you've subscribed for the 90 days, you don't have to do anything. And before your 90 days runs out, you should have enough in the coffers, so to speak, because he will be taking these folks that are still coming in, thousands a day, right? He's going to start, like Andy said, allocating. And by that, he means he's going to start putting them into the network, putting them into the OnPassive network, right? When that happens, they're going to start subscribing. As they subscribe, depending on what product it is and how much it is and what the commission rate and percentage, all that, folks are going to start seeing funding show up in their wallets. Now, at some point, he's going to connect your wallet so that some of the stuff in the wallet that comes in, you can say, okay, I need to transfer X dollars or X O coins from this wallet to the funding wallet so I can now use that to subscribe. So, and that's coming. So I'm like Andy's, hey, it's all working. So just breathe easy and just get engaged and breathe easy. It's happening. It's happening. It's going to happen good. I mean, it's here.
Yeah, I think that's very true because a couple of months, weeks ago, we never knew. It felt like we were never going to be here. But then as we speak, people are withdrawing money. People are watching commissions coming. Congratulations, right? So, Andy, you remember, I love Mike Ellis's statement in one of his videos. Ash is banking customers for us. So the best thing you ever did, the lady, the sister who asked the question is, you have activated, go on and just learn. Get yourself updated because you are fine. You are very okay. You did well by doing, because we are here for those who have not activated. Go on and do that because the moment they open the floodgates, it is going to actually inundate us. Oh my God.
Do you know, I want to make a point. I know, and I've been doing this myself, so I'm guilty. I've been going into the OES on a regular basis and playing around with things, looking at what. Honestly, I've been playing around, and I found something new today, and I'm like, how the hell did I miss that before?
Oh,
fantastic! My God. So we are always learning, but the more we understand about what's going on in the ecosystem, the more we're going to be able to share this with others. So the more you understand your business, the more you can, seriously be able to speak to somebody else and go, I've got it, I know, I understand. So guys, go play with your OES, your ecosystem. Make sure.
Yes. That's very true, Andy. I'm just excited about what you learned, the new thing you learned. So you will not go tonight without telling me what new thing you learned.
And you know what, Andy? It may not have been there. That might have been something they just threw in there.
That's true, yeah. It's possible.
It's possible, Jeffrey. But the interesting, what I was trying to work out, and I know you've got a list of your users and your affiliates, right? What I've been trying to do is to match the two together and work out who's paid what.
Yep.
Right. Okay. So I know, Jeffrey, I've been an idiot. Right. But if you click on the bell on the right hand side, and it shows you all of the payments that have been made, so you click on that, and it then gives you a list.
Yeah,
and I'm like, how did I miss that before?
I've been seeing that.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah.
Right, so
it's quite exciting, isn't it?
Oh,
yeah. So
sweetheart, it's brilliant. It means that I understand exactly who I've got to be able to contact to say, "Oi, why haven't you connected and subscribed yet?"
Exactly. Okay. All right. I have another one here. If you're still interested. One last one, please. Sorry. Good evening, everyone. Please, I want to know where the customers come from. Have they activated their accounts since the 1st of September, as we have done? This was from Jingwan Tegen from Cameroon. So he wants to know where our customers are coming from and whether they have activated like we have since the 1st of September. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, right. But sorry, go on, Jeffrey.
No. You go ahead. Go ahead.
Bearing in mind that we've been branding, you could say, is the best word to use since the World Cup last year. So people are starting to see the OnPassive name. So people have been registering to come into the ecosystem, and they've looked into what's going on. They found out about what's going on. So this branding has been going on since then. So since that time, we've obviously had the Supercard Mass List. We've had all of the Burj Khalifa laser shows and the Ferris wheel and the station, of course, and other events that have been going on all over the show. So in particular, those in Dubai, in the UAE, we've saw recently with the press release, etc. So all of these things have encouraged others to take a closer look at OnPassive. They've looked at the website and they've gone, do you know what? I want to be part of that. So all of these customers have been coming in from there, from this system. Now that we've launched O-Connect globally, what the company have started to do is to actually advertise, go into the system and create traffic to send, to buy the product O-Connect, yeah, to actually look specifically at that product. You know, traffic is one thing, and we have specific targeted, as Collins has mentioned before, mentioned yesterday. The fact of the matter is, it's different to what we have or what we understand as haphazard pay-per-click. Right, so customers are coming in constantly. Now, whether they become an affiliate or not, or just purely for a customer, does it matter? At the end of the day, if they're in your customer base, they're going to give you a commission. So, you know, it's coming from all of these various sources, and these sources are expanding. I'm sure Jeffrey can add to that.
Yeah, sure. I'm excited to hear what he says from his own angle too.
Sure. I think the original question was like, where are they coming from, right?
Yeah, he was asking where they are coming from and whether they've been activating their accounts like us since the 1st of September. Okay,
well, let's take the first part of that. You may remember back a year and a half ago, we started branding in India. Lots of stuff. That's kind of where OnPassive started to flex its marketing and branding muscles, so to speak, getting us ready to jump into Dubai and doing all those great things. Andy had mentioned the Burj Khalifa and the Ferris wheel, which, I mean, that thing's, you know, the biggest one in the world, right? We've also got Burj Khalifa, biggest in the world. You've got the train station, right? Man, I'm 250,000 people a week going through there seeing what we're doing. But that's not all. I mean, we've also got the strategic partnerships, right? We have the Majlis, the Best Moments. We have the Royale. We have the new one you just said, the Takdir. These are all strategic. These are big. These are powerful partnerships that we've created that go along with the branding and the marketing. And it's about OnPassive and the OnPassive ecosystem in the digital products. It's not about one particular product, even though if you look at the Burj Khalifa, it does say O-Tracker, or it does say O-Trim, or it does say O-Connect, or it does say OES. Yeah. And it will say more and more and more the more we roll out. And with all of this that's been going on for the last, I think it really started probably was last year when we did the first Khalifa, Burj Khalifa, and we released the Obless in India, and that's when we had the Boston meeting. But that's really, I mean, that's where the rubber hit the road and we got the traction. So ever since then, we have been pulling in members, pulling in customers. Now, right now, I think we probably have, at least 3 million, if not 4 or more. Now, having said that, the whole allocation thing, we're waiting for Mr. Mufara to kind of release those into OnPassive. But yes, I have noticed if I go onto my OES, I can look on there, and like Andy was saying, if you click over to users and you start clicking on the user or an affiliate, there's a square that'll show up on the right hand side, new affiliates this month, and I've got like 4 new affiliates this month, which means those are customers that have activated. And if you go and you look at, if you scroll down the list he was talking about with the dollar amounts, if you see a 250, that's a customer that came in and bought at 250 and activated. So yeah, it's already happening, even though Mr. Mufara has still got.
Yeah, but this is based on your advertising, not the company, because the company currently hasn't allocated those customers. So it's what you're doing. So the whole point being that if you share this with others, you can get your own customers come on board. You don't have to necessarily rely on what the company does. It's not essential, but why would you not share it? It's far better than anything else out there on the marketplace. So why wouldn't you share it? And I'm one for lists, as everybody knows. I'm a Capricorn. I'm a planner, and I list everything. So I've told you before, and I've said it again, and I will say this again. I'll rub it in until you have to listen. Right, lists of everybody that you know with kids at school, everybody that you know with kids at university, everybody that works for a company, everybody that owns their own company, everybody that works for a major organization, everyone works for a small organization. All of these, and then you can look at the specific products. Who do you think now doesn't work or doesn't go into their office? So we've got guys at home now that work from home instead of going into London every day. They use Zoom. Why do they use Zoom? Especially when we have a better product. Right, so these are on my list. All of these things, you can then simply share the information with these people, and you can get customers coming on board like Jeffrey has.
And on the other side of that, because I'm not a list person, and I don't make lists, and I don't talk to my family about this anymore. I'm going to tell you, they beat me up on regular basis, and I don't rub it in their face. I leave them alone. Yep. But what I do is I create YouTube videos that I put out for folks that want to do something else. I mean, on the cheap, go join a mailing. They've got mailing email programs that you can join and, send out. You can earn points and send out to 10, 20,000 people a day if you want to. I mean, there's ways that you can market this on the cheap if that's what you want to do. Or if you're like me and you're like, no, I don't go out and talk one-on-one with people, but I do like this. People know who I am because Comfort loves to have us on here, and that's good for me. It's good for Andy. It's good for her. It's good for OnPassive. I like the idea of not having to. Now, I used to a while back. I used to talk to people, but it's gotten to where life is too good and too short for me to get stressed out over it. And long story short is that if you just get engaged, whether you market for yourself or not, OnPassive has made a promise, and Ash is going to keep it, that you're not going to have to do. They're going to do marketing for you. And it will eventually, you'll start to see that show up. We're just getting into our groove now. So I do recommend, if you can share it, absolutely share it. Sometimes when I'm talking to people, I get all excited and I can't help but to share it because I see the potential here. And it's absolutely global. It's mind-boggling what this thing will actually produce over the next several months. And man, yeah, I like what you said. On the other side, I'm not a list guy. And so
Right, right. So you know, sorry, concerning to coming back to sharing, guys, you share, just share the love, share the opportunity, and like Jeffrey says, do not bug people with it. So there are various ways of sharing. It's not everybody who can pitch on passive to people, not everybody at all. But then we make it possible with the videos, with the webinars. Invite your family and friends or colleagues to webinars. Let them listen and ask questions. We make it various ways. Today I made a short 8-minute video in Pidgin addressing especially mothers from the part of the world where I come from, because it can be very difficult raising money to train children. So I was telling parents, listen, instead of going out there and selling the family property, just look for money, get an account for your child on this platform. They will sort out their tuition fees, their rent, their everything. It will not be a burden on you anymore. So instead of borrowing millions or selling the family property, borrow what it takes to buy O-Connect, buy it and give it to your child and let them get it done, you know, so that even parents who cannot do anything on internet at all, they understand and they will say, all right, I would do anything for my child to get this. There are various ways of doing that. Just share that video to those who understand Pidgin. Share the short ones from Collins and Andy yesterday. They had a powerful one on the digital blueprint. If you go to Jeffrey Morlock's, he's got stuff out there. If you go to Red Fern, to Mike Ellis, those are the type of things you should be sharing. Don't go saying it, because if you present it the wrong way, you scare people and you tarnish the image of the company, something that is not desired. I'm sorry I had to jump into. So, guys, can we take a quick last round? Andy, what is your take-home message for tonight, please?
The more you get to understand, look, this is your business at the end of the day. You can do what you like. If you want it to be successful, you work at it. If you don't want it to be successful, you don't work at it. What's the phrase I like to use, Comfort? Proper prior planning
prevents
poor performance. Okay, so if you plan things, and you plan your way forward, great. You've got an opportunity to build a business here, and you've got every tool in your arsenal being provided for you by a unicorn organization. You couldn't be in a better position. So take advantage of it. Don't sit back. Take advantage of it. Thanks, Comfort. Over to you, Jeffrey.
Sure.
You're looking for a takeaway?
Yes, please.
Yeah. OnPassive is a solution provider. If you have anything to do online, if you're anything at all online, doesn't matter if you're, maybe you're an Amish person with a garden goods you want to sell. Maybe you're a teacher. Maybe, whatever reason you're online, we've got something for you, or we will have something for you. And more than that, we're going to have a way that you can earn an income. And even more than that, we're going to have ways you can earn multiple streams of income. And even more than that, we're going to lift the world with what we're doing so that we can help those that don't have to have. And we want to lift the abundance. We want those people in our own communities, right? At grassroots level, 3 doors down, I want the neighbor that really needs some things to be at my level. And I'm going to be working to do that once I'm taken care of. And that's what we're about. That's what the world is about. That's where humanity is going. That's where we're all going. And OnPassive it's like Ash says, man, you get on board with OnPassive, you become a member of OnPassive, you got a VIP seat in that rocket train, and sit back, relax, enjoy, just get engaged, and watch the scenery as it goes by. Just enjoy it. Love life. That's all.
Indeed. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jeffrey. Thank you guys for joining. We really appreciate there were very great contributions from the chat section, Jeffrey and Andy. It's so to show that you did a wonderful job tonight as usual. So guys, go ahead and share. This is not meant for us. Everybody who was here is already equipped. And those who are not here, those who badly need this message, send it to them, guys. Let them watch and learn. And if you have forgotten to subscribe, why not do so? Meanwhile, do you know that Jeffrey Morlock has got a YouTube channel? He is one of those voices in the 2020s when I joined, when I listened, when I heard the sound of that voice, I had to wait and stop what I was doing and listen to hello, hello, hello. Go back there, guys. It's still there and get something really quick. So thank you, guys, and see you again really soon. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
One quick one. Collins and I and Marty DeGamo will be on tomorrow night doing OP Digital Blueprint. So please join us for that.
It's going to be a
2 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. UK time.
Check out on the one of yesterday was powerful, guys. The one yesterday was just crazy. I couldn't stop writing when I was listening, writing and writing and writing. So go and check out on that. Digital Blueprint, Collins and Andy. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks.